Hey guys, so welcome back to Indirect Knowledge. So in this reading that we're doing for Anna, and it's just pretty much a general reading. It's not, there's no real clear question or anything like that, her concern or anything that she really had. So I think it's just pretty fair to say that she's more or less looking for kind of an overall general reading. And so that's what we're going to kind of focus on. So for the general readings, I like to do like a 7-card reading and see what we can come up with. So as I've mentioned before, just as kind of like an explainer to kind of the process here for these 7-card spreads, I like to do kind of my process is to I like to look at the past, the present, and the future, see where things are at. And then I like to kind of zero in on the present moment, kind of put our focus there for a little bit, and then kind of focus kind of like right now where the querent or the person, in this case it's Anna, and kind of where her mind is or attitude is about this, her life, her situation, the whole gamut of everything we'll be talking about. And then the final third of the reading is to really look at where the answer and kind of what the answer to all of that is. In other words, what's the solution to getting the best possible outcome? So we'll look at the outcome and then kind of zero in on how to get that, or how to make it come about, or or kind of the logic or the reasoning behind why that outcome is the most probable outcome. A lot of times the universe gives us a lot of things in terms of like, we can see like most probable because we've had enough life experiences to kind of get a sense of like, well, yeah, that makes sense. This would be, in terms of just mathematical probability, the most logical outcome that would come about. But the universe does also a little bit of reasoning as well. I know sometimes it seems like everything is sort of this unconscious, it happens, law of attraction kind of thing, like what you think about, you bring about, but you don't really know why or the logic behind it or the reasoning. The universe does sometimes give us some logic and some answers that are very explanatory. And so we can look at some of that sometimes and see what's going on. So let's get started. So in the past and what have you, we have this here card. It's a 9 of Pentacles. And you see a woman here, and we see the pentacles. Those are the coins with the little stars drawn in them. She's got a peacock, or not a peacock, but she's got like a parrot or some kind of bird on her gloved hand. We see a lot of yellow in this card, which is usually a pretty good sign of like positive energy and just a positive personality, things going really well, and everything is usually indicated by the color yellow in the tarot. The coins that we have here, we got 9 of them. And so by the time we've gotten to this kind of progression, we're nearing the end of kind of an era of like prosperity and what have you. So by the time we get here, it's like we're pretty good financially. We're in a pretty good financial strait. Now, again, we're talking about the past here. So this is like where we were at, and relatively not too far back. So if we need to take a day off from work, it's not going to kill us financially. We're not worried about how we're going to, manage paying the bills, if we decide we need to take a vacation and it's not a paid vacation or something along those lines. So it's, it's one of stability. So in the past, things were pretty stable for Anna. So that's a good thing. So we're already kind of painting a picture here. We're getting kind of some insights, and we're learning a little bit of insight in terms of like kind of where she's been, where things are going, and we can now kind of zero or look a little bit more at the present moment. And the present moment is this guy right here. This is a 7 of Swords. Sometimes people consider this card sort of like the thief in the night. This is where the guy just has to kind of like, get out of Dodge, so to speak, or kind of go it alone, or, kind of tiptoe away from a situation or a set of circumstances or something like that. It's just really not working for them. Might be working for others, but this person just doesn't resonate. And it's just like, I gotta kind of just get a little bit out of that situation or out of that zone. I need to kind of get by myself, or, get to a place where I can just kind of gather my thoughts and figure things out and find out what the next step is going to be, or kind of make sense of things. It's got kind of that energy. And the 7 is very introverted kind of energy. So a little bit of alone time, a little rest and renewal, those kind of activities would be really good. It'll help us put our thoughts in order, make sense of things, and not feel so conflicted, not feel so overwhelmed by our situation or different events and things that have kind of been going on here lately, that kind of thing. And so that's that. I'm not picking up a really severe anything with this. It's just one of those cards of like, I just feel like I got to kind of like just take a pause here. And that's what that's really telling me. So oftentimes what we do in the present moment affects our future. Now we start to talk about the future. And the future is this card here. The Sun is by far the best card in the tarot deck, according to most tarot readers. And the reason for that is because it's a playful energy. Everything is out in the light. Everything is transparent. We see everything clearly. We feel good about our situation. There's prosperity, there's peace, there's happiness, all of the qualities, all of the emotional qualities, all of the spiritual qualities, all of the, anything that's, the mind, body, spirit, all these kind of things, everything is kind of aligned and everything is doing really, really good. So everything is good. So it's a period of prosperity. And that's what's coming. And I'm seeing that coming now, like, within 2 months starting, and then it's just going to continue to escalate, advance itself, kind of ramp up from there. And I see that happening for about 5 months or so, that you're going to have this 5-month window of prosperity and many blessings and a lot of good things coming about. And even after that 5 months, I don't see it really getting very negative or changing too radically or drastically on you. I just see that 5 months is going to be an especially amazing 5 months. It's going to be one of those 5 months period that, like, in your life, you'll look back at some point, and it will be one of those times in your life that you recall favorably and that you may bring up and even at some point share with others, people that you're intimate with or people that you're close to, that kind of thing. So it's that really feel good energy. And so that's a really positive thing. Now, let's shift gears for just a bit. So we've talked about the past, we've talked about the present, we've talked about the future, but what's really going on with the present moment? Well, we were just kind of looking at it, and it's worth talking about a little bit because we have this, we called it sort of this, we've labeled it sort of this thief in the night, kind of going it alone kind of energy, that kind of bit, where it's sort of like getting out of Dodge, but that's maybe even a little bit too harsh. It's not that we're trying to escape a situation. It's just that we need some breathing room from that situation. Is what we're looking at here. What is, what's going on with it? Well, the card that's magnifying that one or giving it kind of energy is this one here. It's the Emperor. The Emperor is all about foundations, and it's all about setting up rules and order and law and all that kind of bit. In this case, it's coming from kind of outside yourself. So it's like there's maybe a particular person or someone in general that is sort of dictating, laws and orders and things like that. And they're trying to put a foundation down in front of you. And it feels like stifling, it feels kind of like restrictive, like you don't really have a say in the matter, and that, you're going to be like kind of bound to these parameters, and that you don't want to be bound, you want to be able to kind of do your thing and have your own freedom and to do things. The benefit to this card, though, is that by having someone that really is intelligent, that really knows what they're doing, that has your best interest at heart, and I sense that this person, maybe a parent or someone, that it could be a guy, but it could be some, it's really hard for me to zero that in right now, but what I am picking up as far as this energy goes is that it's someone that is, okay, you need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this, and they're putting it out there, and they're good. They're really good at putting things in order for you. And as good as they are, it doesn't matter. Sometimes we just want to rebel against it, They're helpful. We need people like this in our life sometimes. Anybody that's setting down foundations for us, it's helping us to get some permanence, or, where life doesn't have to be a real struggle for us and stuff. Really appreciated, really kind of a good type of energy, a good type of person. But it's not the type of person that we're always going to agree with. It's not this person that we want to wake up and see every day. We appreciate their energy, their enthusiasm, their effort, and everything in trying to help us. But at the same time, and their wisdom and insight in that, but at the same time, we don't want to feel controlled and like they're forcing us to live life like they want us to live life, that kind of energy. And so that causes us to kind of like, maybe I just need to kind of like tiptoe over here a little bit, and just kind of get a little space from this person. And that's what's going on with this energy. Now, let's transition for just a moment over to the querent. Trying to think here. Okay, Anna. So this is a really good card. And this is a card that kind of signifies you. This is jubilation. It's happiness. It's, it's one of abundance. It's like manifesting things. You've already manifested things. You're feeling good about the situation. Things in your life are going well. You're feeling like things are good. It's kind of a light nature. You're kind of going with the flow. There's a couple little things in there that might be a little bit frustrating sometimes to deal with, but at the end of the day, your overall attitude about things is really, let's celebrate, let's just enjoy life. It's kind of a kind of carefree in a sense. I mean, you're not, you like the lighter, more natured side, you want to not have to take things so seriously sometimes, but you just enjoy it. You have a really good, you'll probably live a zillion years just because you have that kind of an energy. Yeah, it's good to be, this is a good person, like you're a good person. I'm picking that up really strongly. And, things tend to work out really well for you. So it's like, you got the sun in your tarot card reading, for goodness sake, this is a good reading, so everything is really turning out nicely for you. But what is the outcome to all of this? Like we talked a little bit about the sun being kind of the future. And of course, it's the best card in the deck. So we know that we're going to have this period of time. So a couple of months out, we start to hit that mark, and then 5 more months out. So 5, 6, 7. So over the next 7 months, you'll start to see things really lighten up. I mean, be very good. It's memorable, good memories, good experiences, these kind of things. You'll be in good situation and stuff, good company. It's the things that people, it's the blessings of life, it's the good side of things, and that's the part that we really need to take in and treasure and just really enjoy. That's where you're really going to. But how do you get there? What's the outcome? And the outcome is this card right here. It's the 4 of Pentacles. Again, this is about foundations. We talked about, and Pentacles are also about materialism. Gathering wealth, gathering money, gathering resources, these kind of things, so that we can be kind of in a good situation, set up nicely, be focused on the things that matter and stuff to us. But this card right here is also, sometimes people refer to this sort of as like the miser card. 4 is really about foundations also. Like if you have 4 legs on a chair, for example, or, and you cut one of those legs off and you have a 3-legged one, because of the way that the legs would be positioned, that chair is not going to stand up. It's going to fall over. It won't be balanced. It won't, it's not going to be, it's not going to be in a good state. Well, 4 is kind of that really nice balance. It's stability, all that. But this is also sometimes called the miser card because it's sort of like where we're just afraid to kind of let go of our resources. Maybe someone asks us for money, we're like, maybe ask me later because, right now I've got a lot going on and I just can't really give you the money right now. So you might not be as charitable or as giving and that kind of thing. And so the outcome could be that, having to kind of like hold on to your resources a little bit, like not be so free with things as maybe what you have been in the past, And why might that be? What would be the answer? What would be really we were talking about earlier, logic, kind of like as far as the future of the universe kind of gives us these signs sometimes, these messages. And what would be the logical reason? Well, we have this Empress card right here. This is a 3, and it's a major arcana card. Just like the Sun was a major arcana card, the Empress, she's actually the 4th major arcana card, because we start with 0, and then we work our way up, and then we get to the Empress, which is number 3. Number 4 total. But so this Empress right here, she is like very symbolic of like a mother nature, and it's very nurturing. We get a very motherly kind of energy with this. Oftentimes when this card comes up, it's an indication of maybe possibly pregnancy, or something new is coming into play. Some kind of new energy is happening, and it's one where we're taking on more of kind of a more nurturing role, kind of a warmer role, taking somebody under our wing, that kind of an energy is what I'm trying to share with you guys. And this is the kind of stuff that I pick up intuitively, like as things are coming to me, So it could be that there's a baby that comes into play, or the suspicion of a baby coming, or it could be the birth of something, or it could be a situation is changing, and maybe attention is being focused elsewhere, kind of in a more nurturing kind of way. And for that reason, we may feel like, okay, this is good, but we need to be a little bit conservative here. We need to kind of hold on to the resources, kind of, weigh things out. We don't want things to get out of control or out of hand. And so that's kind of where we're left at here. So the kind of really the key ingredient, or the key that kind of unlocks this door is kind of here. It's sort of this, just this good energy kind of thing, this nurturing energy. It's very motherly energy. It could even be your mother kind of nurturing you, or, giving you practical advice to, hey, you need to hold on to things, let's not get out of control here, or, it could just be sometimes that kind of energy is like, it's kind of a warning to us. It's like saying, hey, I'm just telling you from experience, you need to take my advice. You need to do this. It could even be that authority person that we talked about earlier. It could even be something like that along those lines. But I have my suspicions here with it, but I don't want to like overstep things here, but I am picking up maybe something to do with the baby. So anyways, that is the reading. That's kind of the overall reading. Congratulations, though. Everything is going to be fine for you. You really have an amazing life. That's about to really even take off in an even brighter and better direction. It's not often that I can give people, such a great reading. But I'm picking up a lot of really positive energy around you, though. And that's a good thing. You're the kind of person that most of us out here in the world would love to meet and probably hang out with for a day or two, and that's kind of what I'm kind of picking up here. So anyways, I hope that this helps you. And if you have any questions, as your tarot coach, I'm always here for you, as I am for all of you guys watching this. If you guys need to reach out to me, anybody wants to reach out to me for like spiritual direction, or if you want a tarot card reading, any of that business, all of my information is in the description below this video. If you'd like to give a tip or donation or anything like that, or help support the channel in any way, you're free to do that as well. That information will be down there. And if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. I do these quite frequently. It's most of you guys watching know I'm a monk. And so, it's a very service-oriented work that I do with this channel, and it's trying to help people in the best way possible. I try to keep everything pretty clean and tight on the channel, and not really make it so much about religion or spirituality or that kind of thing, but more just about, just focusing in on the direction that people's lives are generally at, kind of like the overview or the survey of things, and to help people in the best way possible. If you'd like to be a part of that, please consider joining the channel and being part of the community around this channel, if you want to call it that, and hit the bell notification. And then when we come on, if you want to ask a question or something live while I'm on the air, If you don't mind asking the question, if it's not too personal for you, you can ask it and get some answers that way as well. So anyways, much love and many blessings. I will see you guys on the next episode of Indirect Knowledge. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other.